Okay, the next cycle that we're going to talk about is the nitrogen cycle. So you might not think about it, but nitrogen is actually found in many places on Earth, and it's found in many different forms. And organisms, plants and animals in particular, use nitrogen a lot to make proteins. Nitrogen is a part of that process. Most of Earth's nitrogen, however, is in the atmosphere, and it's in the form of nitrogen gas, so literally two nitrogen atoms chemically bonded to each other in a gas form. However, most organisms cannot use nitrogen gas to make proteins. They need to use nitrogen in another form. They can usually only use nitrogen that's chemically combined, so bonded, with oxygen or hydrogen. And this type of nitrogen turns into ammonia or a type of nitrate. So we usually can't just use the nitrogen gas. It needs to be changed into a nitrate or ammonia for organisms to use it. So this process of converting nitrogen gas to ammonia or nitrates is called nitrogen fixation. And some bacteria do this in the air for us so that we have nitrates and ammonia to use to make proteins. It can also literally just happen in the air through storms and through lightning strikes. And lightning actually causes the nitrogen in the air to chemically bond to the hydrogen atoms or the oxygen atoms in the air as well to form ammonia or nitrate that we can use to make our proteins. Okay, so we do use nitrogen, plants and animals use it, and it's also located in the atmosphere as nitrogen gas. Bacteria are the ones who do this nitrogen fixation process that converts nitrogen gas to ammonia or nitrates. This is going to be important for understanding the nitrogen cycle. Okay, so let's go through the nitrogen cycle. Let's say we start with nitrogen in the air as a gas, so it's by itself in the air in the gas form. It can be converted first to a nitrate or ammonia by bacteria through nitrogen fixation. So that's going to happen first. Then plants and animals can actually use the nitrogen to make proteins. Animal waste or urine also contains nitrogen that can go into the soil directly, and then plants can use that nitrogen as well from the soil. Dead animals in the soil also contain nitrogen, and when they decay, they release that nitrogen over time through decaying into the soil for plants to use as well. The way that nitrogen is released back into the air is by denitrification. So denitrification is when bacteria, again, so bacteria are really important to the nitrogen cycle. Bacteria actually decompose nitrates and other compounds that have nitrogen in it, and they release the nitrogen gas back into the air. So again, it's a cycle of taking nitrogen from the air and releasing it back into the air. Okay. So I'm going to show you a quick diagram of the nitrogen cycle, but you'll also see it when you go to the website on your note sheet where you can record down that cycle since it's more detailed. But this goes through what I just explained. You can see the nitrogen gas in the atmosphere, you can see the lightning and bacteria taking that gas and turning it into a nitrate that we can use to make proteins, and you see the little cow making a protein, and then you can see that it's released back into the atmosphere through bacteria breaking it down and releasing nitrogen gas. So again, it's a cycle of being taken in from the atmosphere and released back to the atmosphere. You're now going to go to your other sheet and go to the website that you used for the carbon cycle, and you're going to record the nitrogen cycle and summarize it in your own words after you record the diagram.